Do we do an intro?
I don't think we need to. I think we
Welcome
just
to the Teed Off podcast. Is it Teed Off? Is that what we're going with?
maybe. I still think I hate golf or golf sucks is probably a funny name, but we could rock with teed it off, where
Teed
we
Off,
talk
I hate
golf,
golf.
talk about
Whatever.
why golf is so hard and why we don't make money playing golf.
Yeah, we can do that. But I might start making money here soon. Tell you
Yeah,
about this
maybe.
round that I had.
Yeah, talk to me. What do we do?
All right, so shot a 71% fairway in regulation.
Oh, you're coming with numbers. You're coming with percentages.
I got it. I got it up on the grant, bro.
Okay.
22% greens in reg.
Okay. That's not bad.
That's horrible. What do you mean?
For you, for a 30 handicap, that's solid.
I'm 22 actually.
Hmm.
And 36 putts. That's how we balance it out, you know?
So, well, that makes sense because you're not on the green very often, so you're taking long putts. So that makes sense why you have higher putts. Yeah, we want to see that green and reg a little bit higher.
Yeah.
What was the issue? Tee box?
Tee box. Tee box for sure. So, what I've been having lately is I'm working through this snap hook, right? We talked about that.
Yeah.
And what happens is I'm either snap hooking it or I'm duffing it or it's just a bad shot. But, the positive to look at from this is I've completely eliminated the slice. That is no longer a working factor in my golf game. But the course we played at had a lot of hazards in front of the tee box, so I don't know how many drops I had. I don't think it has that on here.
What was the slope or the course rating? Was it a difficult course?
Um, I don't know where to see that at.
It's usually on the scorecard. It'll tell
On
you
the
at the end.
scorecard
Yeah.
at the top.
You know where it'll tell you, 35 for the front nine, 36 for the back nine, total 72.
Yeah,
Usually on that upper tier, it'll tell you slope and rating. A higher slope is a more difficult course.
71.8. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that would be what a scratch golfer should shoot on that course. So then look at the other number. There should be like a 127, 135, 143, something like that.
132.
Okay, yeah, that's not an easy course. That's not like the most difficult, but that's not an easy course by any means. So that's not bad. So can't get off the tee box. Snap
Yeah,
hooking.
snap hooking.
Short game, all right.
What's interesting? I thought my short game was all right. Right. I had a lesson yesterday. It was just all short game. I had a lesson today. The lesson that I had yesterday, what I'm doing with my wedges is I'm super handy with them. So I'm just being an
Okay,
athlete with my wedges,
just being an
right?
athlete.
No, that's literally what my guy told me. So what I'm doing is I'm going up to the ball, and it's the same issue that I have with the snap hook is I'm just playing my hands through the ball and turning my hands over, right? Instead of keeping that Y on your follow through, I'm just turning my hands over and it's just plopping right up on the green. So here I'm
Okay.
thinking it's good, but the fundamental of my wedges is just completely off. So yesterday we were working on it, and of course my feel is completely off because I'm like, you're straight through the ball now. So I got to work on that just to have some higher lofted shots with, then I can add spin on it rather than just playing spin.
Well, it depends. I mean, every lie, every shot's gonna be a little different. So, like, I don't know. For me, I need to get a club in here so I can actually do this. But like, when I'm taking my short chips, I don't roll my hands over it if I'm trying to keep it high. I finish with the club face pointing up. So like, I try to keep those wrist locked, have the club face continue up towards the sky, and that usually gets me higher loft. If I'm trying to play it more in the back of my stance, like club face or hands in front of the club, a little bit more squared up. I hit down on it a little bit more, and that's when I roll my hands over. But that's more like a bump and run type of shot for me, versus like if I'm trying to land it softly, I I just keep the club face pointed up to the sky the whole time, and those wrists are depends on the shot, but pretty locked.
Yeah. So when I'm rolling my wrists over, granted it's a good shot, or it has been to be, it's been a good shot for however long I've been playing and chipping like this. But what it does is creates inconsistencies, right? That's when
Yeah,
you're
absolutely. You don't
duffing
want
the
to be handy.
ball, hitting it thin. And so to correct that, that's when you're just kind of straight through the ball with the face pointed up,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I don't think at a 20 handicap they should be teaching you how to be spinning the ball and checking it up like that. I think it's more hit the ball center of the club and figure out like your go-to shot. Like try to limit the variables that you have on short game. So you're trying to spin the ball, you're trying to check the ball. I don't think that's even worth it. I think for you, it makes way more sense to just figure out how to do, a little bump and run and just get it to within 3 feet of the hole rather
Yeah.
than trying to figure out how to do all this, PGA type of stuff. Like I
Yeah,
don't even
so
do that. You know what I mean, dude? Like I have 2 to 4 types of chips that I do, but it's really, do I want to go high or do I want to go low? That's pretty much it. I don't change too much else. I mean, depending on distance, I might get a little bit handier. Like if I'm on the fringe, I'll try to flip those hands through it. 7 out of 10 chip shots though are one of those two, just high or low, and then I start playing variables.
yeah. And so all of this included, if anybody listens to this at all, uh one thing he was telling me, we started short, right? Start with the short putts, then you go longer putts, and you go like lag putts, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
worked on my putting. Was
Okay.
hitting the ball incorrectly, hitting the ball soft. So now I'm hitting the ball with, straight through the ball and not, following all the way through like I was before. But when we work to the fringe for your short chips, he was like, "All right, what club are you grabbing?" Knowing that I'm a higher handicap guy, grab my 58. I grab my 58 and I hit it off the back foot just because I know it's going to go low. I know it's going to go short. Even if I top it, it'll still roll closer to the hole from the point that I'm at. He's like, "All right, that's a good idea. You're good at it because you've been doing it so long, but here's a pitching wedge. Do a bump and run." Right. So we practiced some bump and runs from the short hole. Then we went to the long hole with the pitching wedge. And while I don't have the feeling for it, I can see how that can be a more beneficial shot for creating consistency during the round. Right.
100%. You're gonna have
So
less shots that you skull. You're gonna have less shots that you hit fat. The only variable is how much release are you gonna get on that. I love that shot, the seven or the pitch, dude. When my dad and I went and played Pinehurst number two, it's all turtleback greens. Like you can't hold the green. I wasn't able to get it up, and then it would roll right back down. I had to go to a 7 iron to do that. I think it's a very underrated shot.
well, another thing he was saying is, if you're on the fringe or if you're ever playing a bump and run shot, there's two types of golfers, right? One person will play one club and then just change the variability of the strength of that swing. So you might just play a pitching wedge and you might just hit it harder if you're going further, right? But he was like, or you can learn how to hit different clubs the same way and it's just going to automatically go further. So if I'm going a further distance, rather than using my pitching wedge, I might use my 9 iron. Rather than use my nine, I might use my eight, so on and so forth.
So
Right.
that's what he's
So
teaching you at Golf Tech.
yeah, it was in person though. Like we met at a country club, Seminole Lake Country Club, and just hitting some balls. But I gotta learn the feeling of it now at this point. And it's the same stroke as your putting stroke, right? So
Yeah,
it's
I
just
think that's definitely a better play for your skill level right now. It's just going to eliminate the blow up holes. This is more consistency. I feel like that's what, honestly, I need to be doing that more. I love playing around with my 56 and 60, and I feel very confident with them, but I should easily be doing more pitching wedge and 7 iron, little bump and runs.
yeah. Especially if you're like on the fringe, why skull the ball to go and make a lag putt, 25 feet past the hole
Mm-hmm.
when you can just do a little short pitching wedge stroke and get it closer to the hole and then just put it in and be done with the hole.
So that was the thing that I spent a lot of time working on this year, was course management and actually just trying to set the next shot up. So like I really think the way that I went from 12, 13 down to like a 7 or 8 was just playing smarter golf. Like it wasn't me getting better, it was me not being an idiot and trying to go for it or trying to get, cute and, backspin a shot from 60 yards out and roll it back to the pin. Like, I'm not good enough to do that. So, middle of the green, play boring golf. That was like the biggest key for me. Boring
Must
golf.
be
Not,
nice to have those choices.
yeah, but dude, I'm also like not trying to sit here and do like push draws and snap hook. Like, you're trying to shot shape at such a high level where it's like just hit the ball down the fairway. Just hit it straight. You don't need
Yeah,
to be doing all this.
you gotta understand though, that's like my stock shot is a push draw at this point, right? So it comes with a certain mechanic that is
Yeah.
unnatural. Whereas, you've been playing golf how long? 10 years?
No, longer than that. I've been playing
20
golf since I was like
years?
seven or eight.
Yeah, so 25 years because you're a geezer. And, you naturally hit the ball just by lining up to it. Whereas I got to line up to the ball. I got to make sure my feet are straight. I got to make sure my arms are straight. Not straight,
Yeah.
but like, situated. And then I'm thinking about what my cues are for my backswing, the follow
Yeah.
through, where I want to aim. There's all these thinking points, which honestly screws you up most of the time.
Well, so all right, let's get back to it. Your round. What did you end up shooting?
96.
All right, under 100. That's good. It's
It's
a
like,
win for winter golf.
it's double, 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 bogey, par. And then I started heating up, though. I started heating up. I went double, par, bogey, 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 double, bogey, double. Or triple, rather.
Okay.
Finished with a triple on 18. I
So
had
let's
to, all right.
eliminate those triples. Let's start with that. No more triples.
Yeah, it was like a dog leg right, and that just doesn't work well with. It was a dog leg right over water on a par four.
That's like your worst nightmare. So
Yeah,
what do you do there? You taking out the driver or do you take out an iron?
I'm not a coward.
You're an idiot.
What do you want me to hit a 7 iron, 180 yards, and
Yeah, I'd rather you hit a 7 iron 180 yards because most people can't hit a 7 iron 180 yards. Put that middle of the fairway and then do another 180-yard 7 iron. You're on the green.
yeah, but I got the rangefinder out, and I was like, yeah, that's what 220 to reach, 275 to the end of the fairway. Let me just hit a nice light driver, nice and straight, which I don't know how to do. So, I mean, yeah, 7 iron probably was the better option there. It's 389 was par four, so it was a short par four with all the hazards and stuff, of course. I hit at 180. I'm 200 out, and then I hit another 180 chip on par and putt for par.
Can we get you out that course playing from the Reds?
No, this is a private course. My buddy's a member of. Anytime I'm playing with my buddies, I'm not gonna play from the Reds, bro. I can play my local course from the Reds.
I think that's worth it. I think you got to get comfortable shooting low. You
Oh
got to get
man,
comfortable stringing together 3 or 4 pars in a row without getting in your head and blowing it up. And the way
I
you do
mean,
that is shrink the course.
I'm not blowing up though.
Well, you're
You
not
know,
starting.
hey, I'm not. I'm not starting. That's for sure. You can't start with five doubles. But it was a manageable round. I came
Yeah,
out of the
dude.
truck. It was nice and cold outside, like 35 degrees out. No, not 35. It was probably like 40 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Came out, hit a couple warm up shots, did some putting because I was too cold. Made myself some hot coffee in the clubhouse, and then hit the cart and got out to swinging.
I'll take a 96 for you. Winter golf 96 at a tough golf course. That's not bad, and you haven't really been playing much. Honestly, I'd go take a 96 right now. I went and played a couple weeks ago and shot like an 89, but it was like a bad 89. Just nothing felt like it was working. You know what I mean? A lot of luck
Was
goes into that
was
one.
that at your home course?
No, that was at Mid South in Southern Pines. It's kind of near Pinehurst.
Mm.
Hard course though, really hard course, really funky. It's target golf. It's taking out irons most holes because it's dog legs or hazards kind of all over the course. So it's a fun type of course, but you're playing a lot of long irons and you're shooting for a target as opposed to like, let me just get in the fairway. It's like let me just throw a dart right here and try to land it in this runway to set up the next shot. So it's a tricky type of play. You're thinking a lot, but it's a fun little track. I like going there.
What was the course we played when I went and visited you?
Lockmere. So it's similar to Lockmere, only a little bit longer and a lot nicer. Lockmere is like a semi-public course or semi-private, but similar type of golf where you got to be very aware of where your next shot's going to go. Tight fairways, a lot of dog legs, a lot of hazards.
So the thing I like about Lockmere is the back nine. I do not like the front nine at all because it's all super tight
Super
fairways,
tight.
you
I
know,
don't take a
and
driver out on the front nine. I'll go three hybrid pretty
at
much or
Lockmere.
5 iron. Yeah, I don't really take a driver out on the front nine. It's too tight.
And what
In
is it?
most
What's the distance of it?
it's
66?
not 66, is that what you said?
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, off the top of my head, I don't know. From the tips, it's not a super long course. Let me see. I don't actually
Yeah, we
know. I
played from the
haven't.
tips.
No,
Yeah, we played the
we
whites or
probably played
blues
the.
or whatever it is
We
there.
probably played the Blues. Let me see if I can pull up their scorecard.
I was just looking for it on my profile.
I don't know if they have the
Scorecards.
scorecard on their website. I mean, it's a nice little course for a local. Okay, here we go. 18 holes, par 71, 6,600 from the black tees. So we would have played from the blues, so probably 6,400.
Yeah, it's
Not a
not
long
bad.
course. Not a long course, especially if you're playing it. I mean, you're hitting like 6 iron off in most holes.
Yeah, I guess that's the benefit, of being a longer hitter is I should rely on my irons more
Yeah, you
at
should,
the
and you hit
handicap
them.
that I'm
You hit them
in.
well.
But, your ego just tells you when you step up to a tee box, take out driver rather than take out, your old reliable 7 iron.
Yeah, well, one day you'll want to stop shooting in the 90s.
Yeah.
Maybe
But
next year's your year.
trending downwards.
Yeah,
Shot
what are you trying into?
last three, 96, 46 on front nine at my home course, and then no, that can't be true. Hold on. A 101 at a 71 or 136 rated course.
I think next year's your year. I think we could get you down to like a 15 handicap next year.
Yeah, I mean all these lessons I'm doing, I think it's bro, the thing is, bro, if I get off the box with just a humble 270 drive, just nice and easy, not reaching hitting like Barry Bonds or anything. A club and a wedge in maybe on a par
Yeah.
five,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean that's the biggest thing that I'm struggling with, and I'm hitting if I hit the snap hook, I'm like 10 yards in front of the ladies box. So then I gotta hit a 3 wood, which I can't hit, right? And then if it's a par four, the snap hook, then I'm hitting a 6 iron, 5 iron into the green. I'm trying to reach for the green to get that greens and reg up on a par four, and usually that ends up in a mishit or push or pull or something like that. So I'm extremely close to creating more consistent low scores, even though I'm
What
hitting
wa-
the ball.
what was your fairway in regulation?
At that course, it was 70%, but let me see this other.
70% solid. So you're 70% fairway in regulation, but 20% green in regulation. So it's
Yeah,
your second shot that's fucking up.
yeah. But usually I'm in like the 40% range for fairways, 40 to 50, 40 to 60 max.
That's interesting because I would think where you where you lose strokes is off the tee because I feel like your short game is pretty good. I think you're above average short game for a 20 handicap. I think you're above average chipper for your handicap. You obviously hit the ball in like the top 1% of your handicap. Um, it's just the tee box that you struggle with. I mean, every time I played with you, it's the tee box that kills you.
Yeah.
So why do we not just spend all your effort focused on your driver until you figure that out? I mean, it's a completely different swing than your other clubs.
That's what I've been working on with my golf instructor. It's just I only go in with a driver and woods. Like
Yeah.
today, uh, our key points were I was lining the ball off of my front toe as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to the front heel,
Okay.
and that was causing the pull, the snap hook, because your club path is going around your body, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you want to be hitting the ball at like 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? If you picture the ball and you're straight on, that's that would be 6. So you want to
Yeah.
be kind of at 7, and you want to be hitting to right field. So try to hit a pop fly to right field and then roll those hands over. But I try to swing my driver as if I'm hitting a pop fly out to right field.
So why do you play a cut?
I'm working on that. I play a cut because I have an inside to outside swing. That's why I think 7 o'clock, hit it out to right field. And if I could do that, if I hit it right, that's 300 down the middle. But that little baby fade that I play is because it's an in to out swing. Dude, I struggle with that. I really struggle trying to hit a draw, but I think I'm over trying to play a draw, and I'm just getting comfortable hitting a fade with everything.
I mean, you might as well at this point, right?
Well,
Play into your strength. You've been playing into your strength for the last 30 years.
yeah, I mean, at this point, the goal for next year, sub 5 handicap. So
And how do you
that's
do
going to be
that?
tough. My iron play, honestly, I think I need to get. I think my strongest is my short game. I think that's where I gain the most strokes. My driver's been pretty good lately. It's really my iron play. If I can get my green and regulation higher, I can consistently get into the 70s. But yeah, that's where I lose the most strokes is inconsistency with my irons, whether it's a fade or a pull, or not a pull, a fade or a draw. I struggle with that right now. That's been my issue. I think I need heavier clubs, to be honest.
You game what, 110s right now? Or
My
what's your
irons?
shaft weight?
On my irons?
Yeah. They have to be extra stiff.
Stiff. Not extra
One
stiff.
so then you're playing the 105, the dynamic gold? I forget.
No, I'm not playing the dynamic gold. What am I playing? It's the P770s with the
I remember the club, but I don't remember how heavy it was.
what are they? Let's see what shaft I have. Is it the KBS? I think it's the. I know I
The
have the.
Torlight 105s.
No, let me just go get them. Hold on.
Of course.
All right. We got the Tour 120 stiff flex.
So it's probably like in
Tour 120.
between uh
The
extra stiff and a
Modus.
stiff.
Yeah.
Probably
Nikon
plays like a
shaft.
hybrid type of
Well, so the
stiffness.
club that I hit the best is my AI Smoke 3 wood. And that's 75 grams versus my driver, which is 65. And I hit that way better. I hit my 3 wood so much better than my driver.
So what my guy was telling me is the weight of the club
Mm-hmm.
is going to determine like your ballooning. So like a heavier club will have a lower flight trajectory as opposed to a lighter club is going to go higher but has an opportunity. So if you have that in to out, it'll fade more, if
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be your swing shape? Like, I don't. I mean, he would know more than me, but wouldn't your swing shape determine the ballooning?
To a certain degree, I think it is just
So how
uh
spinny you're hitting the ball. You
yeah,
get a
but
lot of spin on it.
I think it's enhanced. Like if you were to play like a regular shaft, for instance, I think it
Uh
would be
huh.
enhanced. Like your fade would be a freaking I don't even know. like a
I
push fade.
guess I guess that makes sense because before I switched to the G430 Max, I had just had an old driver that was way lighter, and I did balloon all of those balls. I knew how to control it, but those had it was a really pretty ball flight, but it balloons up and it loses a lot of difference or distance. As soon as I switched to the new driver, I mean, I added probably 40 to 60 yards just because I eliminated the balloon. So maybe you're right. Maybe there is something to the weight of the club.
Yeah, that's
Who
insane.
knows? Who wants to tell us? Reach back out to Calvin and tell him if he's right or not.
I mean, you're not telling me if I'm right. I can't. It's not a factor in my game right now.
Yeah, we just got to get that score down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just trying to hit
But
fairways.
2025, man, that's your year. 15 handicap. I think it's doable.
Honestly, I think it's like in the next 6 months I can hit that because I've been going down like a point, half a point every round I've played.
Yeah, you should be able to shave these strokes off very quickly. You have too much information and too good of a swing to be shooting in the hundreds on a regular basis.
Yeah, I'm finally getting to a point now where I'm not super risky in my follow through, so I'm just like having that nice like, yes, that nice Y as opposed to this.
Dude, you know way more of the technical side of golf that I don't know anything about.
Yeah,
I
but I
just know.
started with an instructor. I didn't start just going to the driving range with a set of clubs and figuring it out.
Yeah, some of us are just a natural. What can I say?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah,
Go.
I don't actually know how I finish. So hey, how did you say you want your hands?
Yeah, I guarantee you finish with that Y. So like in your follow through, you're coming through and you're finishing just straight. Whereas I was like turning my right hand over as a right-handed golfer.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I you don't want to do that. Like a top spin on like a ping pong shot. Yeah, you don't want to be doing that.
Yeah.
No, no, sir. Unless you're like really need a draw or some shit. But yeah,
Yeah,
we
unless
don't
you're
want to be
bending
doing that.
around a tree or just some weird shot, but it's not a shot that you need in
We
a
don't want
bat
that.
the bag.
So you got any golf lined up before the end of the year? You got any more rounds in you?
I don't know. My girlfriend's out of town this weekend, so what I'd hope to happen is play 36 on Saturday and play 36 on Sunday.
It's not a bad idea. Taylor
But
leaves on Saturday as well. I might have to take you up on that.
but I primarily play with a friend of mine who's a member at a country club like 45 minutes north of me.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on if he's playing, and obviously if I get the invite, I'm gonna hit him up probably just to see if he's playing this weekend.
Ask him if he needs a
Um,
member guest partner for next year. I'm happy to fly in and help.
but he's got a member guest partner that's just a little bit better than you are.
Ask him if he actually wants to win next year.
Because you're a tournament phenom.
Hey man, I'm batting 50% on member guests right now.
What do you got? Two wins?
Goes to
Two
the
wins
crowd.
this year?
If anyone needs a member guest champion, I'm your guy.
You got 2 wins this year?
Back to back champions, 2024 Hazen Tree member guest champs, fall and spring.
And how many did you play?
We've played in 4 and we've won 2 of them.
No, this year.
2 for 2 this year.
Oh
I
no,
was
that was
supposed to
your that was your pro am
Oh,
that I'm
yeah,
thinking
yeah,
of.
yeah. Didn't do so hot in that tournament. That was honestly little excited on the first tee. Topped the drive, probably 75 yards down the middle. First hole I was definitely a little nervous, but dialed it in after probably the third hole. I didn't play bad that day. I think I shot an 82. The cut was like 78, maybe 77. So I wasn't that far off, but I didn't play well. I that was my first time ever playing in a tournament like that. I didn't do well. I'm better. I can do better than that.
So here's what I want to know. I want to know how many other people drives or sliced it OB or snap hooked it or sky flighted their ball just because they were nervous, or if it's just something that you just were not prepared for competing at that level.
The 3 guys that I played with, they all played really bad. It was their first time with all of them, so I won out of our group at least. One guy, I don't know how he was in there. He definitely lies about his scores. He was not a good golfer. He shot like 100 and something, and you're supposed to be a 9 handicap or below. So there's no way he was actually a 9 handicap. There was one kid, pretty similar skill level to me. He's good. You could tell he's a player, but he really messed up. And I saw, like, I looked up his handicap. I saw how he was playing. He had a few rounds in the 70s, like, leading up to that round. And I think he shot like a 90 something in the tournament. So nerves definitely got to him. Dude, I mean, it's a different like atmosphere when you're out there playing in a tournament. Like every stroke counts. You got people watching. You got to put everything out. No gimmies, no nothing. You lose a ball, you got to go all the way back and re-tee on some holes. Like you play everything by the books. It's different. It's definitely a little nerve-wracking. In the first hole, I had a bunch of people watching too. You got like the starters all out there. You got the people behind you watching. There's probably 15 people watching the first hole. Um, so I definitely messed that one up, but I'll play again this year. I'm definitely going to sign up for another one. It's a lot of fun. And you only got to get hot for a few games. You win a couple rounds, and next thing you know, you're making the North Carolina state tournaments, and you get hot, you win those. Maybe I'm in the U.S. Open. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it might happen. It's happened before. Someone's got to be an amateur. Why not me? You know what I'm saying?
Dude, you just mentioned this, but that's one thing I hate is playing a course you don't know and you hit it OB at the white stakes. You're like, bro, I don't feel like driving back. Just give me a
No,
draw.
it's the worst. It's the worst,
But
dude. And then
obviously, that's
those things,
different in
like,
tournament play.
yeah, and some kids are sticklers for the rules, and they know everything. Like I'm a pretty good rule follower in golf, but like I don't know all the rules. There's some people that it's like they have the golf rule book in their back pocket, and they'll let you know if you mess something up. So I had a couple holes like that where it's like, man, if I had just played this course 3 or 4 times before and I know what I wanted to do, I would have played it much differently. But that was on me because when I learned about this, I was too late to sign up for a course that I did know. But now that I know about this stuff, I could sign up a little bit earlier in the year, and there was a course probably 30 minutes from where I live, 45 minutes from where I live that I've played a lot that I know the holes and know what to do. So next year we're
How
gonna go
much in
play it.
advance can you know what course you're going to play?
Few,
Like, do
Probably
you
like
have
a
an
month,
opportunity to
two
prepare?
months. Yeah, 100%. I booked it like 2 weeks before the tournament because I wasn't a single digit handicap. I had to get down to a single digit, and then you could enter. It's 9 and below, so I didn't have all year to join. But yeah, typically you got a few months to see the list, and then you can sign up. But there's one 10 minutes from where my parents live that I actually used to work at when my parents first moved down here and I was still in college. I worked at that course, so I know it really well. And if I were to play there, you only have to come in the top 10. I'm pretty confident at a course I know I could come in the top 10.
What's the cost for a pro am?
I want to say it was like $100,
100 bucks
maybe
on top of
150.
your T fee?
No, yeah, that's what it was. Maybe it was like $150. It was
Oh, so
more
you just
than a
have to
normal
qualify
round.
for it.
You just have to qualify, yeah. You
Hmm.
have to have a gin handicap. So I don't know if you have a gin handicap, but you need like a
Yeah.
legitimate handicap, USGA handicap, and then you register. And then as soon as you're below a 9 handicap or 9 or below, you sign up right online, and it connects to your gin score. So like when I go on now, it'll tell me the tournaments I've played in and
What's
what
the
place I came in.
requirement for your PGA Pro certification? Is that what is it, like shoot at 85 3 rounds in a row or something like that? It's pretty high, isn't
No,
it?
it's like a 78 or below 2 rounds back to back, 2 days in a row. I think it's a 78 or below 2 rounds in a row. That's only a requirement at like nicer courses, so probably where you are, you have to do that. I might get away with it here without having to do that, but yeah, if you want to go work at like a proper country club and get a PGA certification, that's my understanding. You need to do 78, 2 rounds or below. But like last time I played golf, I got paired up with a guy that's a coach at Miami, Ohio. He's the assistant golf coach, and he's never taken that test, but he played D3 golf. He now coaches D1 golf, and he works at a country club in Ohio in addition to being the coach. So there's
Well,
ways
that's
around it.
coaching's all politics, I think. I don't think it has anything to do with having your pro
Dude,
card
I
or
don't
anything like that.
I don't understand what golf coaches do. Like I was asking him, he's not their swing coach. They have their own individual swing coaches. He basically just goes out and plays with them and gives them on field advice, I guess. But me and my dad were like, dude, what do you do for a living? Like what is a golf coach actually doing other than golfing with his players and giving like strategic advice of like here he's not reading greens or actually giving them a club. He's just saying, here's how the course plays, is my understanding. So I don't really know, but sounds like a fun little gig to be a golf coach.
Yeah, I'd do that. Maybe in the next 2 years, just get my pro card and just work at a country club and invest in real estate and buy laundromats.
I don't hate that, dude. Working at a golf course would be great. My biggest expense is, personally, is probably golf. So if I could cut that down,
Yeah, you get a free country club membership, I'm sure. Free tee times, first dibs on tee times.
I would think, depending on what happens with Go Abundance this year, if I don't rejoin, I'll take that payment and switch to a country club.
Yeah, but in North Carolina, it's much more expensive, right?
Compared to what?
Compared to like, I don't know. Isn't it?
Depends. I mean,
That's
if I want
like
to go to
what
a
North Carolina's known for, just country
if I want to go to
clubs.
a really nice course, yeah. I mean, there's some that I definitely can't afford, but there's nicer courses than Lockmere that, they have like 35 and under memberships, so they're young adult memberships that aren't super unreasonable.
What's Lockmere cost?
Lockmere is like $1,000 initiation, but it's like $500 a month.
500 a month is insane.
Yeah, for a
Ours,
course like that, it doesn't make any sense. You have to play, and you don't really get any benefits because it's semi-public. So, like, unless you're going and playing at 8 in the morning, it doesn't really do you any good. I don't think Lockmere has a good setup with how they're pricing it. It doesn't incentivize me to want to be a member there.
I think that's our semi-private and Seminole Lake. The main benefit is you get the prioritized tee times, but it's like if you sign up there in the summer, which is our off season, it's like 500 initiation and
That's not
maybe 200 a month max.
that's not bad at all. So you're paying less than 4 grand the whole year.
Yeah,
Do you still have to pay, anything to go play? Just cart fees?
I think just cart fees.
That's a solid deal.
But I've been walking lately, bro. So yeah, maybe that's something to consider next summer. I don't know. The reason I haven't joined anything yet is because I don't know if I'm going to stay in St. Peter, move up more north. In which case, if I moved up more
Come to
north,
North
I would.
Carolina, baby.
No, no, no. I mean, north in Florida, like 30 minutes north. If I did that, then I would just join my buddy's golf course he's a member of and just play there 4 times a week.
Yeah. I'm up in the air on it. I still like bouncing around from course to course, playing different courses. If I were to join, I'd have to play at one. But I'm getting ready for it. It'd be nice to be a member of an actual course, be able to go play and chip and putt, but it's so easy for me to just go to Lockmere,
Do you get,
10 minutes
what is it
away.
called? Reciprocals?
Depends on what course you belong to. Like the course my dad belongs to, he could bounce around to a couple different courses and pay like half the greens fee to go play because it's like owned, but it's like a club core, I think it's called.
Yeah.
He's part of that, so yeah, he could go bounce around. Hazen, no, sorry, Hazen Tree's his course. Lockmere, I think, is club core, so you can. There's reciprocal options, but the course that I would join, it's called Devil's Ridge. I don't think that has any sister courses or reciprocals. That's just I don't know, it's 20-25 minutes away. It's like an entry level country club, I'd call it.
I feel like that's all the courses here. Like, so we have, in St. Pete, we have one public course, which is Mangrove Bay. That's where I usually play, like my home course. But if I were to join a country club, they're all associated with Club Corp. So it would be, I would get East Lake, which is 45 minutes north, Countryside, which is 30 minutes north. I get Tampa Palms, which is like 45 minutes, and then I get Hunter's Green, which is an hour. And that's all of the, like, if you're playing golf, those are the only 4 courses you're ever playing at anyway, because there's not
You get all
many.
of them included?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome.
except I think the East Lake membership is like 7,500 or 5 grand initiation, and then like 500 or 600 a month. So you pay for the most expensive one, and then you get access to all the other 4. But it allows you to play a different course every weekend. You know?
I don't hate that. I
No.
think that'd be pretty solid.
Yeah.
Um, because then you don't get bored of the same course. You can bounce around to four or five others. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I
But
think that's probably the move for 2025, maybe 2026.
yeah, I'm not gonna do that now because I'm 45 minutes away, and I'm not gonna drive up 45 minutes every 3 4 days a week.
No, sir. I'm
That's a
certainly not going to be doing
that's
that.
a 6 7 hour day, including no, maybe not 6 7, but like definitely 5 or 6 hours, including golf.
Nothing wrong with
And
that. Dude, you know in Japan, it's a required break after your front nine to go have lunch for like an hour. It's like a minimum 6 or 7 hour round.
yeah, I saw
Play
that
nine, go
on
have
Instagram.
lunch. Yeah.
Get a massage
So,
afterwards and stuff too.
uh, tell me whenever you want to go to Japan. I'm locked in.
Just
Two
lock
week
in
golf
like a
trip.
straight. I was gonna say a month, but yeah, 2 weeks. Play around a day.
Can I, if we can get a sponsor that'll send me out to Japan to go play, I'll take a ton of content for you.
Yeah, I think
I'll
you're
break a couple course records.
biting more than you chew right now. I think we're gonna be the only ones that listen to this.
No. Are you kidding me? This is golf wisdom that we're giving to the people for free.
I mean, I guess.
Join the community. I'm here to teach people how to golf and help you get your first hole in one.
How much is that gonna cost? What's the initiation?
It's the gentleman's agreement of liking and subscribing to our page. That's all I ask.
Yeah, but when are we gonna start charging for it?
Never. You heard it here first. I'm going on record. We won't be charging. I only want golf sponsorships.
All right, I'm down
That's
for
it.
that.
That's all I want. Nike, you want to come back into golf?
Some free clubs, free balls, Nike golf balls. Will you play those?
Maybe. They don't make them anymore, do they?
I know, but what if they start making them for you?
If they start making them for me, I'm all in. Let me
I
get let
mean,
me get a let me get a round at Tiger's golf course that he has at his house, and unlimited Nike golf balls, and I'm in. Then I'll
yo,
consider it.
speaking of Tiger, what do you think of this TGL?
I don't know.
Have you
I
seen
don't
it?
know what
Look
you're
it up
talking
real
about.
quick.
TGL? Is
TGL.
this like is this thing that he's doing with his son?
I have no idea.
TGL. You got to prep me for this stuff so I know what I'm talking about. TGL. Win a trip. What is this?
I think it's like an indoor golf league.
I know he just opened up that mini golf course in Arizona, but I don't know what this is. Let's see. What's TGL?
You're talking about Pop Stroke?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pop Stroke is everywhere now, bro.
Tech-based golf league. TGL is a forthcoming tech-based golf league that will launch January 2024. Let's see. Tiger and Rory are in a partnership with PGA Tour, features 6 4-man teams, and will pit 2 teams against one another in a tech-based arena. Is this what that Scotty Scheffler, Rory, Bryson, and someone else thing is right now?
No, that was last night.
Yeah,
I
what was
didn't,
that all
I didn't,
about?
I didn't watch it. I think it was just a match.
Yeah, Scotty Scheffler and Rory against Brooksy and Bryson. Yeah, I think that was just a one-off match.
This is so TGL coming off a career season that included two major championship victories. Xander, Matt Fitzpatrick, Ricky Fowler, Schauffele, Cameron Young faced the Bay Golf Club. Ludwig Oberg.
Ludwig, he's winning a major this year.
He's a dog.
He's winning a major. I'm putting money on that. He's winning a major.
Wyndham Clark, Minwoo Lee, my guy. Shane
He's not winning a
Lowry.
major. I tell you that.
He's just
You
too
want to hear
young.
predictions? Tom Kim, and Ludwig are winning majors this year. On
All
record.
right. And then the second match is at the Jupiter. So I guess there's like a couple of different places. Like I think what this is going to be is like a Top Golf, but on screens. And it's going to be pros to like,
That sounds pretty cool.
yeah. So I think what they're going to do is use like this season as a moment to like promote it to the public. And then, as all these Top Golfs close down, I don't know what they're going to do with that, but maybe they sell half the land after acquisition and then just turn it into a big ass bay against the screen.
That would be pretty cool.
Because the bay is huge. If you look at the picture of it, it's not like a regular, hitting up against the regular size screen. It looks like it's ginormous. Here we get a first look. Here, let me share this with you.
Yeah, let's take a look at this and then pin this for next week's conversation because some of us have a job to do.
Sure.
No, I do have to do a little bit. Tell Chance I said hi.
Yeah, he's out there playing with the dogs.
I hear him.
What, his screen? TGL homepage. There we go. All right. Can you see this?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fairway hitting machine, Patrick. Any questions? So, I don't
JT, that
know.
didn't answer anything. I have a ton of questions.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a ginormous warehouse with a ginormous screen and a little chipping
That's
range.
cool. I'm about that. I wonder, do they have one in Tampa?
No. Close that.
TGO.
Uh, Jupiter, Boston, like a couple of remote locations like that. Um, but I mean, they're opening a bunch of little like screen private club things here in Tampa. And somebody took over a retail space and they're just doing golf sims in there. Which I went to one recently and I wasn't thrilled.
So, do you and I actually get to play, or we're just watching them play?
I think they're going to open it up to the public. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
already
because this
open
would
to
be
the public.
fun. I mean, I don't really care for watching this, but this would be very fun to go play.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a Top Golf type of thing, but inside.
Yeah, but this is better than a Top Golf.
I think you just bring your own clubs too.
Interesting. Interesting. Dude, they got all the big names here.
Yeah, everything,
That's cool,
everybody in the
man. I
PGA.
didn't know anything about this. Look at that. I like this a lot.
Such a boomer.
Yeah. Let's see, what team do I like? The New York team is good. Xander and Fitzpatrick is solid. I don't really like the Los Angeles team. I don't. The Jupiter team's pretty good.
Is it Tiger and who else?
Jupiter, Tom Kim, Tiger, Max Homa, and Kevin Kinsner, whatever his last name is. Dude, I don't like the Atlantic team either. I don't really like any of those three. Um,
You like JT?
no, JT and Spieth both fell off.
Yeah, he's kind of washed.
Kind of washed, yeah. I think Xander, Fitzpatrick, and Cameron Young. I mean, they got Fowler in there, but I like that. I like the New York team the most.
I like the Cali team, the Bay Golf Club.
Cali. The Bay. No.
Oberg.
Yeah. Wyndham and Ludwig. That's not a bad team. Shane Lowry, yeah, he's always a G. He might pull through. He's actually had a really good year last year.
And you failed to mention
That's cool. I don't
Minwoo Lee.
know. Yeah, has he won anything on tour? Does he have any wins?
No, no majors.
Not
I don't.
majors. I'm saying wins in general.
I think he does. Let's see.
He's a very like Ricky Fowler type of player.
No.
Cool personality, but probably not really going to be winning much.
He won the Scottish Open. He won the Honda Vic Open. And
He won tournaments that I'd be playing in.
yeah, maybe.
All right, amigo. Let's put a pin in this for next week. We're at almost 50 minutes now. I don't
All
want to
right.
bore the people. Hold on. Any final closing thoughts on your golf game?
Focuses this week is going to be hitting fairways and working on my chipping, my approach shots, my lobs.
Well, let's start filming some of that content when you're out there. I'm going to start filming some of my rounds so I can actually get some feedback. But cool. Thanks for listening. If you made it this far, you're a trooper.
Chirper indeed.